close is he to a title shot in sharing the ring with Bud Crawford?
I don't know. But Vergil, he's right there. He's right there. He's been proven that he belongs with the top fighters in the division. And, who knows? A couple of fights or next fight or whatever the case may be, he might be sharing the ring with Terence Crawford. You never know.
Victory, he just beat Canelo, the face of boxing. So that makes Canelo, that makes Crawford the face of boxing at the moment. And he earned the right to fight whoever he want to fight.
In Terence, if you come to 154, is there a chance? Was that the conversation you had?
Basically, I just said, hey, are you going to defend it? And he said, no, that's my last fight at the Canelo. I'm like, okay.
Terence Crawford responded to Vergil Ortiz's challenge by acknowledging Ortiz as a highly skilled fighter who is proving himself in the sport. Crawford spoke positively about Ortiz's rise, saying the young contender has what it takes to compete at the top level. When asked about the matchup, Crawford remained cautious, hinting that the future is unpredictable and that anything could happen.
Now to Terence Crawford.
I'm here whenever. I'm ready to fight whenever. I'm here to fight anybody. I don't care if it's Crawford, Spence, Pack.
Las Montanas Gardaban se los sus secretos. Lar Luvia Caira Cantaros, marcando un ritmo que resonaba con el latido del corazón de Musisha. Caminaba descalzo entre el barro y las piedras, Carter pasó un recordatorio de su fragilidad. Le dolía todo el cuerpo, le ruger el estómago, y sin embargo, y en aquella soledad, se sentir vivo como nunca en el campo de batalla. Los primeros días fueron brutales. El hambre agudizó sus sentidos, el dolor agudizó su paciencia y el frío minaría su resolución. Carter instinto le gritabar que lucara, que atacara, que se moviera con rapidez y fuerza, pero se resistió. En cambio, escuchó. El viento que susurraba entre los pinos. El aguar que resbalaba sobre las rocas. El sutil ritmo de su propia respiración. Fue ali, en aquella quietud implacable, don Musisha conoció el monje. Los ojos del anciano eran serenos, pero parecían atravesar el bullicio del mundo. Observó a Musisha blandir su espada en solitario, practicando con rapidez, precision y frenesí. Te moves como un río crecido, dijo el monje con voz suave pero firme. Fuerte, sí, pero incontrolable. La fuerza sin quietud es frágil. Un río corta la piedra, no por su velocidad, sino por su persistencia y atención. Aprender quieter tu mente, y la espada te seguirá. Musisha se arrodilló, empapado por la lluvia, y escuchó. El monje hablaba de presencia, una disciplina no muscular, sino consciente. Le enseñó a Musisha a tratar cada respiración como un golpe de espada, cada instant de atención como un asalto a la distracción. Los días se convirtieron en semanas. El muchacho que una vez buscó conquistar otros ahora solo buscaba dominarse a sí mismo. Aprendió a permanecer inmóvil bajo el aguacero, sintiendo el peso de la gravedad, la fuerza de la tierra, la brisa contra su piel. El movimiento sin conciencia carecia de sentido, la conciencia sin movimiento es abarvacia. Solo cuando ambos se encontraban podía surgir la verdadera acción. A través del silencio, Musisha comenzó a comprender.
Look, I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next, it can be Spence next, it can be Crawford next, if he's still willing to do it. Because that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still. And we're just going to keep doing what I do best.
Ortiz spoke with full confidence, claiming that even if Terence Crawford were still in his prime, he believes he could beat him. He emphasized that he studies every move Crawford makes and respects his achievements, but he trusts his own power, speed, and timing. Ortiz described his confidence not as arrogance, but as a result of the hard work he has put in since moving up in weight. Many fans see this as a bold statement, given Crawford's dominance across multiple divisions and his place among the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Still, Ortiz insists Crawford is not unbeatable and believes he can find openings that others have missed. His remarks sparked debate among fans and analysts about whether the young contender can truly match the experience and skill of a champion like Crawford.
5 fighters that you would like to fight coming up.
So we got Tim Tszyu, we got Crawford, Spence, or I guess you can say the winner of Spence or Fundora. Charlo's is a good one. Who else we got at 54?
You want to fight Terence Crawford right now?
I would love to fight him, man. I think he's like probably the #1 pound for pound fighter right now.
Do you think he's out of his peak?
No.
Or is he in his peak now?
I think he's in his peak.
And you're saying you could be the peak prime Terence Crawford?
I'm saying I believe that I can.
I respect it 100%.
I believe that I can. No, I respect him as a fighter though. That's the thing. When I want to fight people, it doesn't mean that, oh, I don't like you. Like, let's get it on. It's more like I respect your skills and I want to see if I can beat you.
After Vergil Ortiz defeated Israil Madrimov, many fans compared his performance to Crawford's earlier fight with the same opponent. Crawford addressed these comparisons directly, saying that while Ortiz won, he didn't look dominant. Crawford pointed out that Madrimov didn't appear as sharp or well-conditioned as he was when Crawford faced him. In Crawford's view, Madrimov wasn't at his best, and Ortiz's win didn't fully show how he would handle an elite fighter like Crawford. His response was calm but firm, reminding fans that while Ortiz is talented, Crawford's skill and fight intelligence remain on another level.
You know, he was more prepared for my fight. If you watch him, he was winning the fight, and he gassed out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He gassed out, and he said from, I don't know what type of sickness he had.
So condition-wise, he wasn't as prepared.
Yeah, that he had to pull out the first fight and come back. I don't know, but Vergil did good. He put a lot of pressure on him and, you know, fought a good fight. But you could tell that he didn't leave unscarred. You know, when you look at the faces of both fighters, you would have thought Vergil lost.
Oh, okay. He did hurt his hand. His knuckle was broken. I don't know if you've seen him, like, last couple of Vergil.
Yeah.
Ortiz, yeah, he had a broke hand, but he said he didn't know anyway. He didn't feel it about the fight.
It was a good fight. I thought Madrimov was doing too much moving.
Right.
You know, in the beginning rounds, which that was getting the rounds in the bank, but at the same time, he was exerting too much energy.
How do you feel about when people say, because Eddie Hearn said it, a few people were saying it, that you moved up to 154 and you didn't have the success that you had in all these times. So they're thinking it's because of the weight, when I'm saying it's the style. Madrimov wasn't trying to commit as much, and you hurt him, he never hurt you.
Right.
So how do you feel about everybody saying that?
Well, I laugh. I won the fight. They making it seem like I lost.
Well, Eddie was like, no, I think that night in August, he was like, no, I don't know about that. I think, no, Eddie was, I believe Eddie was saying that. Eddie was complaining about the scorecards. Nobody said Madrimov. Eddie was saying that it was closer than that. Maybe Madrimov could have won. Like, he was saying, I think he was. I think he was. He's trying to get you mad at Eddie. No,
Crawford's next major fight is already scheduled. He will face Carlos Adams on March 28th in Omaha, marking his debut in the 160-pound division. Crawford has stated he plans to stay at this weight for 1 or 2 fights with the goal of winning another championship and becoming a 3-division undisputed champion. Adams is known for his strength and endurance, making him a solid first test at middleweight. While the fight generates excitement, it also raises questions about whether Crawford will ever return to 154 pounds to face fighters like Vergil Ortiz or Duran Ennis. For now, Crawford is focused on adjusting to the new division and proving that his skills translate even against naturally bigger opponents. Analysts believe that winning these upcoming fights could further cement Crawford's legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats.
Terence Crawford in their sights because they all understand that Terence Crawford can drop down to middleweight after defeating Canelo in September and becoming the undisputed super middleweight. Terence Crawford can now drop down to middleweight, 160, right? And become undisputed at 160 with 1 to 2 fights. 2 fights max, right? He'll be 39 years old in September. 2 fights, Terence Crawford can become undisputed. Max at 160. He can fight Carlos Adames in March. And then he can fight the winner of Lara versus Janibek in the summertime, August, right? And this gives Terence Crawford the history he needs to 1000% cement himself as, in my opinion, it's all opinionated, but this just cements Terence Crawford as top 5 greatest boxers in history. In my opinion. It cements him as top 5 greatest boxers in history because this will make Terence Crawford a 6 division champion and 4 division undisputed champion. That's what that makes Terence Crawford. That's historic. That's absolutely historic. And if Terence Crawford can pull that off, becoming a 6 division champion and a 4 division undisputed champion, that's massive, right? In my opinion, those accomplishments in the fashion that Terence Crawford wins these fights, he's not just winning. When he beat Errol Spence for undisputed, he dominated and stopped Errol Spence in a manner not many people saw coming. When he fought Canelo Alvarez, he did exactly what I thought he was going to do, dominate that fight, make it look easy.
Vergil Ortiz has long expressed interest in facing Terence Crawford, but rumors claimed that the WBO offered him the fight twice and that he turned both down. In a later interview, Ortiz strongly denied this, saying he never received an official offer. He explained that if the opportunity had been real, he would have accepted it immediately. Ortiz expressed frustration at the false stories, insisting that his team never refused a fight against Crawford. He emphasized his respect for Crawford's accomplishments, calling the matchup a career-defining challenge rather than something to avoid. Ortiz's comments helped clarify the situation for fans, confirming that his desire to face Crawford has always been genuine.
People wanted to see that fight, you against Terence Crawford. You know, when you was at welterweight, and obviously you couldn't stay at that weight class. But then he moved up. Was there ever a point where the Terence Crawford fight was a reality, like a real offer, like real negotiations going back and forth, or was it never that close?
It was never that close, man. So, you know, I know a lot of people say that the WBO president said that we turned on the fight. I never got an offer. I wouldn't have said no. I would not have. I wanted that fight so bad. I mean, I'm not the type of person to say, oh, I want to fight this guy and keep pushing it and then get the opportunity and say no. There are fighters like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah,
you know,
we believe that.
I would have said yes, but.
What about your trainer, Robert? Have you ever had a conversation with him about the Terence Crawford fight?
More with my dad.
Okay.
More with my dad. You know, there were some days where he'll be like, you beat him if you fight like this, or if you fight like this, you don't beat him. So,
really? Your father really said
yeah, he would tell me. No, he tells me the truth.
Yeah.
He tells me the truth. If you fight him like this, you beat him. Other days, you're not gonna beat him like this.
You know, you might not remember, but when we had our show, I believe it was called Sweet Scientist at the time with The Zone, and we had you on, and you were one of our first guests, and I asked you about Crawford, and you was like, nah, not yet, I'm not ready for him. You know, that was humble. No one really speaks like that. Now, you was ready for him maybe about 6 months later, but still you were humble enough to say that. Do you remember that?
I don't.
No,
I don't.
Hell no, you can't.
Jaron Ennis, another top contender at super welterweight, also expressed interest in fighting Crawford. He acknowledged that after Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, the champion has become the face of boxing, meaning it's now up to him to decide his next move. Ennis praised Crawford's achievements but made it clear he is ready whenever Crawford chooses. He said he doesn't chase fights out of desperation, but he knows that facing Crawford would be a chance to test himself against one of the sport's best technicians. Fans saw his words as both respectful and challenging. After Ortiz's recent victory, he met Ennis in the ring, and the two exchanged words in a friendly yet competitive way, creating instant buzz about a potential matchup. This moment highlighted the growing tension and excitement between the two top contenders. Ennis currently holds the WBA Super Welterweight title and had hinted at wanting a clash with one of boxing's biggest names. Seeing Ortiz and Ennis share the ring gave fans hope for what could become one of 2026's biggest fights. The encounter underscored that both fighters are aware of their rising reputations and the importance of making fights that fans truly want to see.
I think this is one of the best like American fights that can be made.
For sure.
And with all due respect to everyone else around the world, I think it has to be in America.
For sure.
Right?
It gotta be. I feel like you gotta do this one in the States because everybody wanna see it. Everybody go. I think it's a pay-per-view fight for, and I think everybody will pay to see it, or everybody will come out to come see it wherever it's at, whether it's in Vegas, Madison Square Garden, wherever it's at.
What's your obviously you'd love it in Philly, but I don't think it'll be Philly, right?
No, absolutely.
Okay,
It's not gonna be in Philly. Yeah.
So where is the ideal spot for it? What deserves to host this fight? Which venue in your opinion?
To me, either anywhere in Vegas, so like the T-Mobile Arena,
yeah,
or maybe or go old school MGM.
Oh man, I love the MGM.
Or we can go Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
I think Madison Square Garden would be crazy as well. That'd be historic as well. So either one.
There aren't enough big fights at the big MSG. No, I'm not talking about the theater.
No, I'm
Theater's
talking about
cool.
the big one.
Yes,
I'm talking about the big one. That's why I say I want to.
Fights.
I always wanted to fight at MSG anyway. So, I like how it looks in there. It's real. It's really
incredible.
nice. When they have fights and stuff in there. So, for me, it would be either the T-Mobile Arena or take it back. We can go MGM, or we can do, Madison Square Garden.
Do you think he would say yes to MSG because that's kind of a home game for you, right? That's so close to Philly.
I mean, I feel like he has a deep fan base. I feel like all his fans and stuff will come. If it was to be in New York, I feel like they all will come. He got a good fan base. I got a good fan base. I feel like it'll make for a great fight. And who don't want to come to New York?
Oh my God. There was a time where MSG was holding all these big fights, hosting, and now I feel like, every couple of years we get, when we got Taylor Serrano, prior to that, it was, Brooklyn's cool and all, but we got to go back to the Mecca. Mecca is the best. I would absolutely love that. In your perfect world as well, he fights November 8th.
Yep.
How soon could we get this fight? You obviously didn't get hurt in your fight, I would imagine, right? 72 seconds?
Yeah.
Unless something happened?
I mean, it depends on how his fight go. If he's in a war, maybe we'll see. Maybe April, March, April. If not, if he make quick work of it, who knows? We could be back in there sooner. So it's all it's all up to how him right now, because he's the one that has a fight. Hopefully he doesn't get no cuts, no broken hands or anything, or anything hurt on him. So it's dependent on him at the moment.
The other two options, of course, Sebastian Fundora. And I think Xander Zayas.
Yeah.
What I'm hearing is there is some interest from MSG to have you versus Xander Zayas at MSG. Are you hearing this as well?
I'm with whatever. That's what I can't wait.
You want all these guys? I like these options for you.
I'm really about to show y'all. Like I'm about to run through these guys. I'm about to run through these guys and show y'all one by one. Like this 154 really mine, and I'm gonna shut everybody up. I can't wait. I hear the little chatters and all the little talks.
What do you hear? What's bothering you? What are people saying?
It's just little
They're
things.
questioning you?
Yeah, they questioning, and it's cool. And I love it. They're not doing nothing but like adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make it worse each and every time for whoever's stepping in the ring with me.
Seeing what Terence did not that long ago, did that give you motivation? Because it feels like for the longest time people were questioning him, doubting him. He wasn't getting the big opportunities, the big fights. Do you see yourself in his journey a little bit as well?
I mean,
Former boxer Tim Bradley voiced doubts about a potential Ortiz versus Ennis fight. Bradley suggested that Ennis might hesitate to face Ortiz at this stage because of the risk involved. He speculated that Ennis's team might prefer to wait for a bigger payday or a more favorable situation. His comments sparked discussion in boxing circles, with some fans believing Ennis would take the fight immediately, while others agreed that building hype first might be smarter. Either way, Bradley's statement added more intrigue to the ongoing rivalry between Ortiz and Ennis.
And then, all of a sudden, you come up, you got that Benz now, you know what I'm saying? Back then they didn't want you, now you hot, they all on you. Yeah, this is one of them situations right here. Well, it's like, oh, back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Now you all up on me. Man, did you see Boots? How he jumped up in the ring? I didn't know if that was Boots or Rick Ross. I was like, damn, is that Rick Ross in there? Like, all the jewelry he had on and everything. I'm like, who the hell is this dude? Is this the grown-up version of Boots? because I ain't never seen all them chick chains all over my man, blinging, blacka, 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 bling, bling, and all up on his chest and everything. I ain't never seen that before. I'm like, this dude got a new persona. Is this the killer booth? This is what we've been waiting on? Because I'm sitting there going, oh, this is...
Promoter Eddie Hearn spoke about the difficulties in arranging a potential Ortiz versus Ennis fight. He noted that negotiations have been complicated due to demands from both camps, with each side believing their fighter deserves a bigger share. Hearn explained that Ennis's team insists he is the better boxer, while Ortiz's side wants fair recognition for his record and fan support. He pointed out that while this fight could be huge for the sport, business disagreements and scheduling conflicts are holding it up. Interestingly, Hearn suggested that organizing a Crawford versus Ortiz fight might currently be easier than making the Ortiz-Ennis matchup happen, showing how complex high-profile boxing negotiations can be.
So, I thought it was a great performance. Vergil's a great fighter. This is not, there's nothing but respect from us, but we just know we win. And, it's not for us. Once you start hearing things like, we're the A side and we want 10 million and we want, what does Boots, it's like, what? Guys, Ortiz has never been a world champion. Great fighter. Boots has been world champion. He's been a unified champion, but neither of them are world champions now. They're just the top two fighters in the division. So if you truly believe that you're the best, make the fight. And it'll be really interesting to now see if they truly believe. Because the fight's there, the fight's done, the money's there, the pay-per-view's there. I mean, it's a massive fight, but you can find an excuse if you don't want to do it. So we'll see.
And obviously we saw the fighters face off, and we know you want the fight, the fighters clearly want the fight. And you mentioned the $10 million mark by Rick Merigian, I believe his name is, the manager of Vergil Ortiz. Do you see it as an obstacle? I mean, is it a real obstacle?
If you come out with things, look, if the...
Vergil Ortiz recently commented on Crawford's move to higher weight classes. He said he doesn't expect Crawford to return to 154 pounds, noting that the champion has adjusted his body after fighting Canelo Alvarez and preparing for middleweight bouts. Ortiz respects Crawford's decision but admits it makes arranging a potential fight more complicated. He also stressed that he is not waiting around and will continue taking big fights in his own division. Nevertheless, he remains hopeful that one day, the timing could align for a showdown. The ongoing conversation about Ortiz, Crawford, and Ennis shows how exciting the future of boxing looks at higher weights. Ortiz's confidence and drive are pushing him forward, while Crawford's strategic choices and calm approach reflect a champion who knows his value.
For you to fight at some point?
No, so he's not coming back to 154. I spoke to him. This is my first time saying on media. I spoke to him, and he's not going to come back to 154. He's going to fight his two last fights and retire. And you know what? I respect it because he's been undisputed at 140, at 147. Get your money and get out. I mean, what else do you have to prove? You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's...
That's all for today's update. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.